Gervonta Davis walks into the gym every morning like a man possessed. There's no music, no showmanship, no need to perform for anyone. His focus is total, his energy silent but sharp, the kind of intensity that makes even seasoned trainers stop and watch. He doesn't chase hype because he doesn't need it. Every punch, every drill, every breath serves a purpose, to remind the world that greatness isn't proven through words or applause, but through repetition, through the grind, through a relentless hunger that never fades. Davis has said it before, he doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. And yet, with every victory, every highlight reel knockout, he somehow keeps proving it again. His upcoming fight with Jake Paul isn't just another payday. It's a clash between two worlds, the pure fighter who was built from the ground up and the entertainer who forced his way into boxing's highest conversations. Inside Tank's camp, the mood is different this time. Every exercise has meaning. His team knows Jake Paul is bigger, heavier, and louder, but that doesn't matter. They've built their training around breaking through any wall, mental or physical. Tank's workouts have evolved into a brutal display of discipline. He hammers his core until his muscles tremble, building armor to absorb punishment. He sharpens his timing with military precision, practicing how to slip punches by millimeters and counter with devastating force. The sound of the heavy bag echoes through the room like thunder, each impact a promise that he's ready for whatever Jake brings. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is living through the most serious camp of his career. Gone are the flashy cameras and the YouTube antics that once defined him. His gym is filled with killers now, world-class technicians like Shakur Stevenson, Raymond Ford, and Montana Love, fighters who know the sweet science down to its smallest detail. Jake's goal isn't just survival anymore. It's legitimacy. Every round of sparring is punishment, but he keeps coming back. Every bruise is a reminder that if he wants to stand across from Gervonta Davis, he has to earn the right to breathe in that space. His team claims he's learning fast, faster than anyone expected. But even with all his effort, there's a weight to this moment he can't escape. For Tank, this fight is personal in a way that has nothing to do with Jake Paul. It's a statement to the sport itself. Boxing has changed. Fame sells faster than skill now, and Davis represents the old guard fighting to hold on to what's real. His mentor Calvin Ford has been by his side since the beginning, watching him transform from a troubled kid with nothing to lose into one of boxing's most electrifying champions. Ford knows the discipline it takes to reach this point, the endless hours in dark gyms, the sacrifices no one sees. He knows that every bit of success Tank has is paid for with pain and focus. And when people doubt him, Tank doesn't argue. He just trains harder. Still, not everyone in boxing is thrilled about this matchup. Veteran trainer Abel Sanchez has seen generations of fighters rise and fall. To him, this is more than a spectacle. It's a financial opportunity that most boxers never get. He admits he doesn't love the fight as a purist, but he understands it as a man who's watched too many greats retire broke. He says Davis deserves this kind of reward after years of giving his life to the sport. It's not about legacy anymore. It's about longevity. Boxing is cruel that way. It builds you up and forgets you just as fast. Sanchez knows this fight could secure Tank's future, even if it doesn't earn him another belt. Others see it differently. Chris Algieri, a fighter and analyst, points out that modern boxing is as much about attention as ability. In a world where social media defines status, fighters like Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis are rare. They can draw eyes from everywhere. Every time Tank fights, the energy changes. People who don't even follow boxing tune in because they know something explosive could happen. His knockouts aren't just wins, they're events. They remind fans that there's still magic in this sport, even when it feels like business has taken over. And Jake Paul, in his own way, brings that same energy from another world. Together, they've created something too big to ignore. But beneath the bright lights and business talk, not everyone buys into the show. Carl Fruck and Paulie Malignaggi have voiced their skepticism, suggesting that Jake's past fights were often set up in his favor. They don't call them fake, they call them controlled. The gloves, the weight, the rules, everything tends to benefit Jake. Against Davis, those factors will matter even more. 100 pounds separate them, and that kind of gap can't be ignored. If the fight turns into a pure exhibition, Jake's team will make sure it's fought on their terms. But if it's real, if it becomes about skill, not spectacle, then Tank Davis is the kind of fighter who can change everything with one clean punch. Shakur Stevenson has broken down the fight from a technical standpoint. He knows the size difference is real, but he also knows what experience looks like. Davis has fought through adversity that Jake can't even imagine. Stevenson believes Tank won't chase the knockout this time. Instead, he'll fight smart, controlling distance, scoring points, and showing his ring IQ. In his view, this won't be a brawl, but a lesson, one where skill outclasses spectacle. For all of Jake's improvement, Stevenson says there are levels in boxing, and Davis operates on a level Jake hasn't reached yet. Still, the question of fairness lingers. Fans and analysts are divided over the weight gap. Some call it dangerous. Others say it's history repeating itself. Boxing has always been about daring to do the impossible. Davis, after all, has made a career out of defying expectations. From fighting in parking lots as a kid to filling arenas around the world, he's never needed the odds in his favor. The fight's final terms, 195 pounds, 12-ounce gloves, and 10 3-minute rounds, show that both men are stepping into uncharted territory. For Tank, it's about proving that greatness isn't limited by size. For Jake, it's about proving that fame can evolve into something real. Robert Garcia, a former champion turned respected trainer, says the fight makes sense financially, even if it doesn't excite purists. He reminds fans that legends like Ali and Mayweather also took exhibitions later in their careers. His only concern is timing. He wishes Tank had already checked off the big names and rivalries before crossing into this type of event. Still, he can't blame him. A payday this massive changes lives. Boxing is a business, and legacies don't pay bills. If Tank walks away with tens of millions, Garcia says, no one can fault him for it. But not everyone shares that understanding. Some, like Bernie the Boxer, are tired of the money talk. He says Tank is already rich, and fans deserve real fights, not what he calls circus acts. To him, the sport's soul is slipping away, replaced by marketing deals and social media headlines. He wants to see champions fighting champions, not YouTubers. It's a frustration shared by purists who feel the line between boxing and entertainment has blurred too far. Yet, whether people love it or hate it, this fight is happening, and it's shaping up to be one of the most talked about moments in boxing's modern history. On one side stands Gervonta Davis, the embodiment of traditional boxing grit, a man molded by discipline, pain, and legacy. On the other stands Jake Paul, a product of a digital generation who turned fame into fighting credibility. This is more than a match. It's a mirror held up to the sport itself. One fighter represents its roots, the other its evolution. When the bell rings, everything will come down to instinct and truth. Jake Paul will finally find out what real pressure feels like. Gervonta Davis will face the weight, literally and figuratively, of an opponent built for attention. And the fans, divided as they are, will witness a collision between two eras of boxing. One born in sweat, the other in spectacle. What do you think will happen when skill meets size and tradition collides with fame? Will Gervonta Davis remind the world that boxing still belongs to the purists, or will Jake Paul rewrite what's possible for outsiders in the ring? Let us know your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories redefining the fight game.